Hello, friends. We've had a lot of people asking, how do we pack for a long international trip? And so we're going to do a series of videos that show how we pack for different people. So I'm going to start with myself, what I pack in my carry-on, what I pack in my backpack, and then we'll have other videos where Becky shows what she packs, and then we'll do some of the kids as well. So let's get started with this. I have everything packed for this trip. And this particular trip, we're doing a 15-day trip to Africa, Tanzania and Kenya, doing a service humanitarian trip. So everything I need is packed in the carry-on. We don't generally like to take check bags. There's just too much risk of bags getting lost along the way, especially the more connections you have. We've had bags lost in the past. And so we try and put everything we can. Everything that's important is in a carry-on. I'd had ChatGPT run the statistics for the group that we're going with this time of 100 people. Most people have 3 legs. And so statistically, if every person checked their allotted 2 bags, there was a 99% chance that 1 bag would be lost. And the probability is that 6 of those bags would be lost en route with the number of connections that we have. So we're not planning on, we may check some bags, but the bags we check will only be things that we're taking to donate to people in Africa. Blankets, Crocs, laptops, that sort of thing. Everything we care about will be in our carry-ons. Also, in this particular trip, we're going to be switching hotels 4 or 5 times. And so it's a lot of in and out of hotels. We don't want to be taking lots of stuff and having to lug stuff in and out a lot. It really slows down the process and makes it much more cumbersome to be changing locations. So let's get into it. First off, I want to show you this right here. This little jelly tag. We have this on all of our carry-ons, all of our backpacks, everything we have. This is just our contact information, name, address, phone number. But we got them off of Amazon. They're pretty cheap. It's held up super well, multiple trips over multiple years. So we love these jelly tags and recommend that everything you bring has something like that on it, some sort of means of identification so you don't lose stuff. Okay, let's open this up. Another thing, we have Samsung smart tags on all of our bags. Again, so we can track where they're at in the event that they do get lost. That's what helped us to recover the lost bag we did have. Okay, so I have almost all of my clothing for the trip is in just this one side of the bag. Everything on this side is just toiletries and other kind of miscellaneous stuff. So I'll just walk through that first and then we'll get into the clothes. I have a pair of sunglasses in a case so they don't get damaged. I'm going to Africa. It's going to be bright. I'm going to need sunglasses every day. My eyes are really sensitive to the light, so I always wear sunglasses. I have here, most of you won't need this, but this so I can show you what this is. This is just a gimbal for the cell phone. We're going to be doing a lot of video recording, kind of documenting the trip that we're doing. So I just have some equipment like that. Okay, so now to get into this, we got these. These are Picardin or insect repellent towelettes. You just wipe them on you. They're damp, but they're not wet. So they don't count as part of your liquids. And so it's easy to have something. We can buy bug spray there. We can buy sunscreen there. If we wanted some basic stuff that we knew was good that we could use when we were there. My toothbrush. For the kids and Becky, they're all bringing manual toothbrushes. My gums are sensitive. I have bad gums, and so I bring my electric toothbrush wherever I go. Okay, dude wipes. I use a bidet at home. Personal preference. I learned it when one of our trips we went to Japan many years ago. I don't know how people survive without it. And so when I don't have a bidet, I like to have wipes, especially in a foreign country where your bowels might do funny things to you with diarrhea and that sort of thing. You don't want to get chafing. So dude wipes, so some sort of wipe that you like is very helpful. Okay, toiletries. So international flights are much more stringent on toiletries than flights in the US. 1 quart bag, everything has to be under 100 milliliters. So I have sunscreen, I have Vaseline for dry skin. I have really dry skin, some gel for my hair, lotion. Again, I have very dry skin, so I use a lot of lotion, some shaving cream, consecrated oil, and then I have a packet of liquid Tide for washing clothes in the sink if we need to. So really easy. It all fits in here quite nicely. And having it already in your bag and not inside it. Like when I fly domestically, I have a nice leather toiletry bag that's great. I love it. Looks nice. But it's a pain to get in and out when you're having, because they often at the airports will make you take your liquids bag out. And if it's not in a Ziploc, you're in trouble. They may have some there. They may just get mad at you. So I always keep those in a Ziploc when we're traveling internationally. Along with that lines, I have a Ziploc that I keep medicines in. So I have some Dramamine, some Pepto-Bismol, Tums. I got this little container of Advil. I'm going to open it up and stuff it full of as much Advil as I can fit. I mainly got it because the container says Advil. So I know exactly what's in it, because I have another just random medicine container. It has some Benadryl, has some melatonin, and then another one that has more melatonin, and lots of ibuprofen, and then just my asthma medication and some Neosporin, and I'll probably toss some Band-Aids in as well. Again, just to keep things organized, keep all my medicines in one place, so I have those where I need them when I need them. Now, even in Africa, most medicines we can get. So we'll be able to get more Tums, I'll be able to get more Pepto-Bismol, that sort of thing. And the towns we'll be in will be large enough to have a little pharmacy, so we should be fine. This is mainly just for kind of emergencies when we're not close to a pharmacy and we're on a plane or someone gets sick in the middle of the night. I have some basic supplies there. My final toiletries bag, deodorant, little cool thing of Q-tips that I like, some flossers. My teeth get stuff stuck in all the time. I use Sweat Block. I love this, especially when I'm traveling. And you put it on once and it basically reduces your sweat dramatically for a whole week. I still use deodorant, but the Sweat Block really cuts down, especially when we're in Africa. It's going to be hot and humid. My razor, and I bring toe and fingernail clippers as well as a little file. I actually will clip my nails right before we go, file them, get them all clean and good so I don't have to deal with it. But I still bring those just in case something happens, my nail gets snagged. It just bothers me when I have a nail catching on lots of stuff. So that's my toiletries right there. Okay, so now I'm kind of into the clothing. I'm going to bring a pair of flip-flops to wear around the hotel at night primarily, because after a long day of working and serving, digging wells in your tennis shoes or your boots, you want to give your feet a little time to breathe and relax. And so I have some flip-flops. Also, I'm bringing ones that are more foam that I can wear in the shower. If the showers don't look clean enough and we don't feel comfortable in the showers, I can wear something like that. Also, let me show you really quick for the travel days. So I usually wear, when I'm traveling, a pair of, these are Cool brand joggers. They're really lightweight, really comfortable, but they're also long. I usually wear shorts, but when I'm flying, I often get cold. And so it's nice to have something that is so soft and comfortable. It's almost like wearing pajamas all the time, but it looks dressy enough that you feel nice still traveling with it. I usually will wear a long sleeve shirt. Again, something lightweight, but warm enough to keep you warm in a cool plane because something can get cold there. These are the shoes I'm bringing. They are some Lems. They're hiking shoes. They're comfortable enough to wear every day. They're sturdy enough to wear when we're hiking Mount Kilimanjaro. They have kind of the leather. They look nice enough. I'm actually going to wear them as my Sunday shoes. So I'm not packing any other shoes besides these ones, which I'm wearing on the airplane. And then obviously socks. So that I already have ready to go my day of travel clothing. Okay, so now we're going to get into the clothes I packed. So I found a cool method, and I'll link to it, of how to roll your clothes and then you kind of tuck them onto each other to kind of keep them nice and tight. So this is my swimsuit. We're going to have a chance to go swimming at Chugga Falls on one of the days. And so I have a swimsuit we can get in the falls. That'll be fun. These are besides the joggers that I'm wearing traveling, these are the only other pair of pants that I'm bringing. I roll them up. They also are Cool brand pants. I'm not bringing jeans because jeans are really bulky and can be hot, not as versatile. These I can wear if I need pants today. I took my belt and wrapped it around the pants and cinched it down as a way to not have the belt take up extra space. Pants are here. I just took them, folded them, and then rolled them, and then wrap the belt around them. These are pants that I'll wear if any day happens to be cold, or I want something, maybe on a day we're hiking where I feel like I need something a little more protective. It'll also be the pants that I wear to church and going to the temple. So this one pair of pants is really versatile, mostly synthetic. So if it needs to be washed, it'll be really fast to dry. I can wash it in a sink at the hotel. The hotels that we're staying at actually will wash our clothes if we want them to. I think the price is $1 per item for like shirts and pants. If it's a dress or a suit, it's probably $3, I think Alan said. So I'll probably have my pants and shirts washed one time at the hotel just so they can stay clean and fresh, because you'll see I'm not actually bringing that much clothing. These are one of my pairs of shorts. I'll show you that this is a cool trick I found. These are my socks. I just roll them up inside the shorts. Take the shorts, lay them out, fold them in half, and then you just roll, and then you put the socks in here, toe to toe. I use these little clips in my socks so I can keep them all paired when they're in the laundry, but you don't have to. And you just roll them up, and then when they're rolled up, you just take the socks, fold them over the end, and it keeps these shorts or anything nice and rolled up. And it's also a place you don't have to store your socks someplace separate elsewhere. So that's how I have my shorts in here. Again, rolled up, it helps them to stay less wrinkly and helps them to pack tighter. Okay. Now we'll get into it. Here in my outside little pocket, I have my tie. I'll use that tie for church and when we go to the temple as well. Then I'll open up and show you all the clothing I have over here. We're going to the temple on this trip. And the temple in Nairobi where we're going doesn't really have enough temple clothing to handle the 100 people on our trip, plus the 130 people we're bringing from Tanzania. So I'm bringing my own temple clothing and ordinance clothing. I happen to put it in this bag. It would have fit elsewhere. This is kind of one of those compression bags, you kind of sit on it, sucks all the air out. But I was able to get my packet in here, my temple pants, shoes, socks. It's all right here. And the compression bag is going to keep it clean wherever we're at. So that's really a nice benefit of that. So I'll keep that in the compression bag. It goes right on top, zips up. Easy to take out when we get to the hotel and kind of set aside when we're not using it. My temple belt as well. Okay, so over here, this is all the rest of my clothes. I'll go through kind of one by one and show you what I have in here. I have another pair of shorts to go with that. I have a black pair of shorts and a khaki pair of shorts. Another pair of socks there holding it together. I'll just move to this other side. This is a pair of kind of athletic shorts that I have that I'll wear as pajamas, or also just wear on the hotel at night. If we do something that's more like we want to go play basketball or something or go on a run, this is what I'll use. So I have athletic shorts there. So that's it. That's my one pair of pants, 2 pairs of daily wear shorts, and 1 pair of kind of pajama athletic shorts. That's it for my bottoms. Now my tops, again, I have these shirts. So this is, wrapped them up in the same pattern. So this is a nice synthetic shirt, Repanea's shoe over there. And I'll include a link for how you roll these up. It's really cool where you fold up the bottom before you fold them in half, and you roll it towards that, and that flips over and allows you to roll them up really nice and tight. And so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 short sleeve shirts. All of them are cotton synthetic blends, so they're easy to wash in the sink. They'll dry quickly if I need them to. And then I have 1 more long sleeve, relatively lightweight shirt. It's not going to be that cold when we're traveling. During the day, the highs will be in the low to mid 80s. At night, the lows will be low 60s, but we won't be out when it's really cold. So I have a kind of a long sleeve shirt I can pull over the top of something else if I need to, if I'm feeling cold. Like probably the days I'll need it are on the morning safari drives we go on. But other than that, I probably won't use that very much, but it's there in case I need it. And then this I did the same thing. I rolled my garments around the socks. I put a top and a bottom together so they'd always be together, roll them up around the socks and wrap the socks around. And so it's nice and easy to pack all those. I'm taking all Corbin, again, all synthetic material. So it's easy. My garments and my socks are all synthetic. I can wash those in a sink at night, hang them up to dry, and they'll be dry by the morning. And with garments and socks, I'm actually bringing 7 pair, because that'll get me halfway through. Shirts I may use more than once without washing them. Garments like socks I typically won't. And so I have enough to only have to wash midway through, and then I'll be good. And then I also have my white shirt that I'll use for church and to go to the temple. And that's it. So here's my 7 pairs of garments. I have 1 pair of Sunday socks, 5 short sleeve shirts, 1 long sleeve shirt. The 1 long sleeve shirt I'm wearing on the plane, plus the joggers I'm wearing on the plane, and then 1 pair of pants. So in reality, I have 2 pairs of pants because I'm wearing 1 on the plane, packing 1. And then I have 2 shorts for daily wear, and then 1 kind of athletic pajama shorts. The 5 short sleeve shirts, the 1 long sleeve shirt I'm packing, the 1 long sleeve shirt I'm wearing on the plane, and 1 belt to go with my pants. And that's it. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. Fits in 1 bag. I have lots of extra space. And so in that extra space on this side of the bag, I'll probably pack protein bars, nuts, kind of some snack items. There will be lots of chips. We can buy chips there. We can buy bread there. We can buy sandwich meat there, stuff like that. But they don't really have protein bars there. So that's not something they have. And so that's mainly what I'll pack, protein or nut bars, little snacks we can eat on the plane, things we can eat while we're out and about if we're not near a grocery store or something where it looks good or that our kids are familiar with. Okay, so that is it for my carry-on. Nice and easy. The rolling allows things to fit in here really well. And so I'll repack this again later, but it all fits in nicely and with plenty of space left over. Really an easy way to pack. And you just want to travel light. You'll be so much happier if you have fewer things to deal with and to have to handle on the trip. Hope that was helpful. Hope that answers some questions. And you have a better idea now of what you should pack in your carry-on and why you should, wherever possible, only bring a carry-on. Okay, now I'm going to show you the backpack that goes along that I also bring. So this backpack is one I've used for probably 4 or 5 years. I really like it. It's called, again, I have the gel tags, they call them on here with our address on there. The reason I like this backpack is because it is specifically designed to thwart pickpockets and some people trying to rob you. That's something that in the backpacks I've used in the past with all kinds of pockets and different things on the outside. Whenever we're in a crowded area on a subway or a bus, I'm always worried that the person behind me bumping into me is just trying to steal stuff. And so this backpack doesn't have anything accessible. When it's on my back, there's nothing that someone can get into. No zippers, no pockets. Everything is accessible only from the side where the back is. And so on the side of the back, there's a couple of different pockets. We have some little side pockets. Here, I'll keep an extra pair of headphones in case mine break, but more usually it's because our kids have broken something or forgotten something. And while it's nice to say, hey, you should learn a lesson and deal without it, I don't want to deal with a 5-year-old on a 28-hour flight without some backup. So I have this little pouch. I keep some extra cash in here. I keep some mask for sleeping on the plane. I usually keep gum in here, some little candies, that sort of thing. My other side pocket, I keep a couple of USB cables. I keep a USB A to C and a C to C because you never know what sort of plugs will be on the plane. So you want to be prepared to use whichever one. So now let's get into what I carry in my backpack. So half of my backpack is taken up with this. This is a memory foam pillow. I like to sleep on a nice ergonomic memory foam pillow, but also what I've learned over the years is that the older I get, the less I like airplane seats. They're just harder for me. And so what I will do, in addition to using this throughout the trip and sleeping on this every night, as soon as we get into the plane, I'm going to pull it out, let it kind of fluff back up and put it on my seat. I'm going to sit on it the entire time. It's going to add an extra 2 to 3 inches of cushion on the seat and make the flight just so much more enjoyable. So that's what I have here. I sacrifice a lot of space for this because it's that valuable to me. And it's a memory foam. I just got the stuffed sack on Amazon. I found one that was about the right dimensions, came like a 3-pack. And so that's what we do. So also in here, I'll keep a tablet, use this for watching movies on the plane, helping to entertain kids, things like that. Also in here, I keep all of our passports. We still have lots of little kids. I hold on to everyone's passports. I've kept them. We've had these little kind of hidden fanny packs you can put underneath your clothes. We've had those for probably 13 years, these same ones. I keep everyone's passports in here. I'll keep their shot records in here, their yellow fever vaccine records in here. So we have those ready to go so I can get them out easily for when we're going through customs and that sort of thing. Also in here, I have some Bose over-the-ear noise canceling headphones. Those are great for the plane. So I'm going to show you this. This is the travel adapter that I use by Anchor. It's on Amazon. It's actually on sale right now for $20. It has the British plug like we're going to be using in Tanzania and Kenya. It also has flip up, and you can use it for the EU, all of Europe. You can use it for the US, or you can tilt it inwards and it works for Australia. So very, very versatile. Has 2 USB-A on the bottom, 2 USB-C on the side, plus a normal outlet here for all your American plugs to go into. So I love this adapter. Though even in addition to that, I will still carry my Anchor travel power block because this one is much more powerful. I'll plug it in out here. These plugs are great. They work for charging overnight really well. But if I want to charge my tablet or I want to charge something more quickly, I'll use my Anchor power block on the airplanes, most especially the long distance planes. This just flips up outlets. I can plug that right in and keep things charged while we're traveling. And then also in this backpack, I bring some rescue asthma stuff. I don't ever have to use it. I also bring a pill bottle full of melatonin and Benadryl, basically things to help people sleep on a plane. And I keep a pen because often you have to fill out customs forms and that sort of thing. And the airline doesn't always have pens. And so I keep a pen so I can have that and be ready to fill out the forms for everyone. So we don't have to fiddle with it once we land. So that is my basic setup for my backpack. Hope you found that helpful and gives you some ideas of what you want to pack, what you want to carry. Again, we try and stay as light as possible, even on these trips where it feels like, oh, we need to pack for 15 days. You have to have all these outfits. No, we don't. You really want to pack as light as possible. 5 or so shirts, 2 or 3 pairs of pants or shorts, and that's it. Wash along the way. You need some underwear, garments, socks, that sort of thing. But again, you don't need something for every single day because you're going to wash clothes. You just can't pack enough to have a new, different outfit for every day. You won't be happy with yourself if you do try and fill up a check bag and have to deal with that. It just makes the trip so much harder to have to unpack everything wherever you're at or have so many more clothes than you need. Even when we pack a carry-on like this, we often find that even with only 5 shirts, we only use a couple of them because the shirt was clean enough after one day. And so we just use it again. And we're always trying to conserve. And so we end up using even not as much as we pack. So and that's my strategy for packing. And I hope it helps.